Welcome to my easy to follow NVivo how-to videos. In this video, I'm going to show you how to generate compound query. Now, why would you want to use compound query? This is because it allows you to explore your data by combining two queries. Now, this is how to go about it. You notice that I am using the latest NVivo 12 version. So from the menu, we will go for Explore. And then from the Explore, we look at the queries. So you click on the drop down arrow and there you will find the compound. So we are now looking at the compound query dialog. Now you notice that we have two sub-queries, 1 and 2. I have an example here, and my aim is to explore all references coded at policy management node and also real estate development node. So if I click here just to put this on the side, you notice that I am using also the sample project because I know you have access to it. So we're looking at policy management and also real estate development. So these are the two codes that I'm interested in. Now I'm interested specifically in a conversation that talks about housing, construction, and building. So these are the three key words that I'm trying to follow how people discuss it within policy management and the real estate development. So the way around it is compound query because that allows me to use one of the sub-queries to search for my three key texts, which is housing, construction, and building. And then I can use the second subquery to focus on policy management and real estate development codes. So I'm going to click on the criteria. I'm using the text search for the first, and of course when I come to the second I can drop down and change it for the coding query. So now I just want to focus on the first query, which is the text search. So I will click on the criteria and here I will type in my key words, which is house, and I'm going for house instead of housing or house, because it allows me to capture all that if I throw on it the construct and also build. Right, now at the bottom here when it says find matches, I can take the slider from the exact to same words. So that will allow me, for instance, build. It will give me buildings, built, all sorts of different words that will have the same build in it. Likewise, house and also construct. So that gives me everything. Perfect. And that then is the first sub query. So I will click on OK, and then I'll come down to the second one, change the text, the default, into coding. Remember, I'm interested in these two codes, which is the policy management and real estate development. So I will then click on the criteria and I'm going to stick with the simple. I want to choose the two themes, and I am interested in any of those themes that talks about those three key words. So I'll go for any of these codes or cases and then click on select so I can tell the software the specific themes, which is in this case the policy management and the real estate, and then click on OK. So I have selected them and then click on OK. Now notice that the connection between the two sub themes is by default near content, and I'm quite happy with it but I just want to give it a little bit extra. So I will visit the options, and here the proximity overlap. I would like to change the overlap and go for custom context. And then I would specify my context as surrounding paragraph. So give me just the surrounding paragraph where the keywords actually is located within the conversation. And also, I'm very much interested not to restrict myself to those I interviewed or the interview sources, but everything, all the materials. I'm interested in it. So I want to select that choice and then go for OK. I'm done. Oh, by the way, I also need to click on content between the finds also. So OK. And so that then allows me to complete the compound query. But I need to add this query syntax to my collection of syntax, which I can then, kind of use it at a later stage, or, tweak it to make it fit a particular. So I'm just going to call it policy and real estate. Now, when it comes to the description, I'm very particular that I put in a proper description to remind me at a later stage what I'm actually seeking to use this syntax for. So it's all references coded at policy management and real estate development, which means codes that mention housing construction and also building. So this is what I'm interested in. Now, be very careful that you don't click on OK, because if you click on OK, it will save the syntax, but it will not give you results. So it's best for us to click on Run. Now, just before I go to Run, I also want to take a look at, right now we are in the general. The compound is what we did, the whole thing, the criteria. The last one is the query options. At this stage, I don't know what I'm going to get, so I don't want to commit myself to save it. But if I wanted to save it, then I'll drop it down and create the result in any one of these. But you can always come back and do it again, or let's just have a go and just do it. We can only, get rid of it. And that's fine. I can actually also put in my text here just to remind us. And we are actually done. So the next thing we need to do, don't go for the OK, because I want to see what we're getting. So you click on the Run. It must be unique. Okay, so it thinks that this policy state. So I will say results. Oh, yeah, because I've got another one probably with the same name. All right, so now what we've got is all references to what I'm looking for. Now, I know that this is not your first time in this software, so you should remember that we have different ways of looking at the results. So by default, we are always looking at the reference, and so lots and lots of them. But I want to see at a glance where all these references are coming from. And I can see different documents, people who were interviewed, and all sorts of different materials are here. And it tells you how many times that the researchers actually coded from that document or that source. So it's all here. And if we wanted to look at those interview documents in Word, and these are also here. So these are the contributors in Word. So a number of people actually said something about it. PDF likewise. So all of these are there, which you can explore at your own convenience. So in a way, that is all you need to do. If you want to save the results, you can. I've already saved that result for us, so there is no need. And hopefully this will give you some idea as to how you can ask your question. Thank you very much for allowing me to show you how to use Compound Query.